Hello and welcome to Mouse in the Mitten Trivia Pod, a podcast where you can test your Disney trivia knowledge over a variety of topics. My name's Court and I will be your host. Our game will consist of 5 rounds of 6 questions covering everything from your basic Disney knowledge to some unknown areas. Each question is worth 1 point unless otherwise noted. Make sure you follow us on social media at Mouse in the Mitten on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you're watching us over here on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that thumbs up for thumbs up if you like it. Hit that, turn on that bell for notifications, and would love to know in the comments what your score is. And hey, planning a Disney vacation can be overwhelming. What's the difference between Genie Plus, individual lightning lane, virtual queue, all these sort of things, and so much more? Well, I would love to be able to help you plan your next Disney vacation. Feel free to email me at mouseinthemitten@gmail.com to get set up today, and we can get you started. Well, it has been a great couple of days here, and with the Moana trailer dropping yesterday, it's been a lot of fun to be able to kind of see where the future of Disney does lie. And we have D23 coming up in just a few weeks. It gets you very excited about the future. But today we're going to start out round 1 with what song did they really sing? So for this round, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some of the singers who sang for roles they didn't do the voice, the talking part for in animated movies. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to name the singer and the movie. You just have to tell me what song did they sing. So let's get started with question number 1. Donny Osmond, Mulan. Question number 2. Lea Salonga, Mulan. Question number 3. Lea Salonga and Brad Kane, Aladdin. Question number 4. Judy Kahn, Pocahontas. Question number 5. Jason Weaver, The Lion King. And question number 6. Danny Elfman, The Nightmare Before Christmas. All right, I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return. All right, let's get you some answers as to what songs did they actually sing. So question number 1. Donny Osmond and Mulan. Well, that is I'll Make a Man Out of You. Now, obviously, Donny Osmond was not the voice actor in Mulan, but he's definitely sang the song, and I will keep telling the story. I was watching Mulan with my daughter when my mom came over. My mom, being a fan of the Osmonds, literally walks in and goes, "Why is Donny Osmond singing this song?" So, still makes me laugh to this day that she said that, but that's how big of an Osmond fan my mom is. Question number 2. Lea Salonga, Mulan. That is Reflections. Now, on the album, yes, Christina Aguilera sang her version of Reflections, but in the movie, Lea Salonga sang the Mulan version of Reflection. Question number 3. Back with Lea Salonga, but now we're adding Brad Kane, and again in Aladdin. This is A Whole New World. So yeah, Lea Salonga at the time, she definitely did 2 voices. Could have done more. She has a fantastic singing voice there. It's a phenomenal one and definitely a very recognizable one. But at the same point, was able to make it sound a little bit different. Question number 4. Judy Kahn and Pocahontas. Well, the correct answer there is either Just Around the River Bend or Colors of the Wind. She did both. Obviously, she did both. So if you had said either or both, give yourself a point. If you said both, give yourself a bonus point there. But yeah, she sang for Pocahontas. Question number 5. Jason Weaver and The Lion King? Well, that is I Just Can't Wait to Be King. He sang Simba's part. Now, Roland Atkins actually sang Zazu's part. So, yes, it was a little bit weird that it's kind of intermingling there for I Just Can't Wait to Be King, that they used for one actor their actual singing voice, for the other actor they used a stunt singer, though I guess Roland Atkins does have a very unique voice that just kind of fits Zazu very well. Last but not least, question number 6. Danny Elfman and The Nightmare Before Christmas. Well, that is What's This? Now, originally, Danny Elfman was not going to sing it. They were going to have the voice actor who played Jack Skellington sing, but he just didn't give him what they were looking for. So they went with Danny Elfman. Obviously, Danny Elfman, a very well-known musician when it comes to movie music. It's been used in several Disney movies since, and definitely has left a legacy. Now, Disney has kind of gone away from using singer stunts as the replacement. They kind of started doing that a little bit more towards the late 90s, but definitely in some of these newer movies, they're using the same singers as actors, and it's turned out a fantastic product. But we might visit this one again in the future. It's a fantastic little nugget in Disney lore. Continuing on now into round number 2. Round number 2 is our fast facts. This round is filled with simple questions that have simple answers. Today's category is where to eat. For this round, I'm going to give you the name of a restaurant. You just have to tell me where can we find that restaurant. Now, today we are doing Walt Disney World resort restaurants, and we're going to stick to some of the ones that are maybe a little bit more of a value. So let's get started with question number 1. End Zone Food Court. Question number 2. Intermission Food Court. Question number 3. World Premiere Food Court. Question number 4. Geyser Point Bar and Grill. Question number 5. The Mara. And question number 6. Landscape of Flavors. So again, a lot of these are value resorts, but definitely some fantastic food and definitely one of the better values with some of the pizza that's available at some of these locations. So let's get started with question number 1. End Zone Food Court. Well, that is the All Star Sports. That is their cafe, and again, aptly named. The End Zone is where, touchdown sports, football, all that sort of stuff. Question number 2. Intermission Food Court. That is All Star Music. So End Zone, you have sports. Intermission, you have music. So question number 3. World Premiere Food Court, ending the trio. That is All Star Movies. Now, are they the same cafeteria, just in different locations? Yes. Are they delicious? Yes. Can you get quick food and get everything you need there? Yeah. That's why I love them so much. And again, the pizza is phenomenal. Question number 4. Geyser Point Bar and Grill. That is Wilderness Lodge. Now again, this one may be a little bit further away in terms of expense, but definitely a cool name and definitely some fantastic food as well. Question number 5. The Mara. That is Animal Kingdom Lodge. Again, a great little stop to be able to get some quick eats, to be able to get something early in the morning before you head to the parks, and definitely something that when you get back from the parks, grab a quick snack before you head off to bed. Last but not least, question number 6. Landscape of Flavors. That is Art of Animation. Again, it's very similar to the All Stars and Pop on how they have that set up, but again, it's fantastic. And again, it's a great way to, if you are looking for something quick and easy in the morning for breakfast, if you're looking for quick snack after you get back from the parks. I know for me, my wife and I, we typically will put our daughter to sleep, and then it is ice cream time after that to just kind of, cool down from the day. We'll put our daughter to sleep. My wife will hop in the shower, and then while she's kind of doing all that, I will go and I will get the refreshments. I'll get some ice cream. I'll refill our refillable cups, all that sort of stuff, and get us ready for the next day. So it's a cool setup. And that's one of the reasons why I love those value resorts. They're a cool setup, and you get all the delicious food for not a over-the-top Disney price. So again, if you are looking at one of those, let me know. I'd love to be able to help you out with navigating all those waters. Continuing on now into round number 3. Round number 3 is our connecting the circles. For this round, I will ask you 5 questions that may or may not be Disney related, but they do relate to each other some way through Disney. And that's going to be your last question of the round, is what is the connection? So let's get started with question number 1. What is the first full-length animated movie released by Disney? Question number 2. Name the 1982 movie starring Jeff Bridges, Bruce Boxleitner, and David Warner, and surrounds a computer hacker in a unique world. Question number 3. What movie is Disneyland's Tower of Terror rethemed after and now named Mission Breakout? Question number 4. Where can you go to be put between a battle with the Resistance and the First Order? Question number 5. Name the 2009 James Cameron movie starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Salata, and Stephen Lang. And question number 6 is, what is that connection? I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with that connection, and then I will return. All right, let's see if we can connect those circles. So question number 1. What is the first full-length animated movie released by Disney? Well, that is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yes, this is the OG. This is the original. This is the one that started it all for Disney. It's the one that almost bankrupted them, but ultimately led to their success. So yeah, that is the first full-length animated movie. Question number 2. Name the 1982 movie starring Jeff Bridges, Bruce Boxleitner, and David Warner, and surrounds a computer hacker in a unique world. Well, that is Tron. Now, Tron definitely advanced the world of special effects. In 1982, looking at the special effects with what they did and looking at it now, even all this time later, it is amazing how far that they have advanced the technology since then and how much of that is rooted in what they did in Tron. It is phenomenal. Question number 3. What movie is Disneyland's Tower of Terror rethemed after and now named Mission Breakout? Well, that is Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, they rethemed the Tower of Terror to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. And it opened the same day as the World of Pandora in Animal Kingdom. So it's a really cool little factoid there that those open on the same day. And I've heard some good things, heard some bad things. Some people want it to go back to the OG Tower of Terror. Some people love the Mission Breakout, and I have not been out to Disneyland to see it, so I will not make my conclusion yet until I see that. Question number 4. Where can you go to be put between a battle with the Resistance and the First Order? That is the Rise of the Resistance. That is a ride, obviously done. It's both in Disneyland and at Disney World, but that does put you right in the battle between the Resistance and the First Order and how you're going to try to navigate that whole world. Question number 5. Name the 2009 James Cameron movie starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Salata, and Stephen Lang. That is Avatar, one of the best movies that's ever been made according to box offices and all the money that's there and everything else like that, but definitely a classic movie, and obviously has his own world in Animal Kingdom now. So question number 6, what is the connection? Well, we had answers such as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Tron, Guardians of the Galaxy, Rise of the Resistance, and Avatar. The connection there, those are all the rides in Walt Disney World that have individual lightning lanes. Now, what does individual lightning lane mean? That means that you are paying a little bit extra for your Genie Plus or for your Fast Pass. That means that there's also a virtual queue for a lot of these. For some of them, there isn't a virtual queue. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train does not have a virtual queue. That one just has a regular line. But if you want to do the Genie Plus or the Fast Pass, whatever you want to call it, to be able to get to the front of the line for these rides, you do have to pay a little bit extra. Now, like I said, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, regular line, or you have to pay extra. Tron virtual queue, which is free, or you could do the individual lightning lane and get to the front. Guardians of the Galaxy, their ride in Epcot, same thing, virtual or individual lightning lane. Rise of the Resistance, this one's a little bit unique. You could take your chances with the regular line, with how long that could be. There's also a virtual queue, and there's also an individual lightning lane. For my money, definitely worth the individual lightning lane. And then Avatar, we're talking about Flight of Passage there. That one is very similar to Seven Dwarfs in that it is a individual lightning lane, or you can take your chances and wait in line. But again, this is where we start to get into kind of the minutia, to quote Rocket, of what is all the different nuances of Disney. And again, that's where I would love to be able to help you plan it out. Make sure you have a magical trip. But these are all the rides that currently in Disney World have individual lightning lanes. Will that change next month with Tiana's Bayou Adventure? They're saying no, but only time will tell. But again, if you need help, let me know. Continuing on now into round number 4. Round number 4 is traditionally held for movie anniversaries. And we're going to do a movie anniversary for round 4 and round 5 today. And they're both Pixar movies. So round number 4 is going to be dedicated to Finding Nemo. Well, we didn't ask Where's My Dad until later on. This is definitely a classic Pixar movie. Definitely one that always makes you cry a little bit and always lets you appreciate just how big the ocean really is. So let's get started with question number 1. Within 2, what year did Finding Nemo come out in the US? Question number 2. What comedian and talk show host played Dory? Question number 3. What is the address that Dory reads in Finding Nemo? Question number 4. John Ratzenberger is in almost every Pixar movie. What role did he play in Finding Nemo? Question number 5. We all know Bruce, but what are the other 2 sharks' names? And question number 6. Name 2 of the places that the Tank Gang is from in Finding Nemo. All right, I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return. All right, let's get some answers here on Finding Nemo. So question number 1. Within 2, what year did Finding Nemo come out in the US? Well, it came out on May 30th, 2003. So in order to get the point there, you would have had to say between 2001 and 2005. And I've talked about this with some people lately, just the advancements in technology at Pixar. Watch Toy Story and even watching Finding Nemo. See the differences there. And it's a very short time, but the differences between the two is amazing. Just see how far they've come. And even now, to see Inside Out 2 next month, it's going to be cool to see how much it's come even then, even looking at the previews. Question number 2. What comedian and talk show hosts played Dory? Well, that is Ellen DeGeneres. This was at the time where people knew who Ellen DeGeneres was. Her talk show was starting to kind of come to fruition, but this definitely launched her career and made it even more of an impact than what it was, and definitely helped to make her a household name. Question number 3. What is the address that Dory reads in Finding Nemo? Well, that is P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Now, there were two big things that people would say from this movie. The first one is just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do you do? No, that is one. And of course, every single swim team in the entire country had that on the back of their shirt that year, if not at least a couple of times since then. But the other one is that P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Definitely that is one thing that we all have memorized. And apparently Pixar did their due diligence. There is a P. Sherman, and you can find them at 42 Wallaby Way in Sydney, Australia. Just kind of a cool little nugget there. Question number 4. John Ratzenberger is in almost every Pixar movie. What role did he play in Finding Nemo? Well, he was the School of Moonfish. If you had just said School of Fish, if you had said the School of Fish that act out different things, you can, whatever you want to go with there. Yes, that is the role that he played. He played kind of the big collective voice there as they were all moving from different object to kind of entertain Dory. Question number 5. We all know Bruce. But what are the other two sharks' names? Well, their names are Chum and Anchor. Anchor has the hook in his nose, but those are the other two names because we all know Bruce. Hello, Bruce. So we all know Bruce, but the other two, that is Chum and Anchor. Last but not least, question number 6. Name 2 of the places that the Tank Gang is from in Finding Nemo. Well, to be able to get the point there, you would have had to say either Pet Palace for Gurgle, eBay for Peach, mail order for Deb/Flo, Fish-O-Rama for Bubbles, Bob's Fish Mart for Bloat, or I'll give you the ocean for Gil. If you had gotten 2 of any of those, that would have gotten you the point there. Yeah, there's a brief little synopsis in which they're like, well, where are you from? And he says the ocean. Gil says he's from the ocean. And they all rattle off where they're from in that Tank Gang. But hey, Shark Bait, ooh ha ha. Welcome to the Tank Gang, and definitely a great movie in Finding Nemo. Continuing on now into round number 5, and round number 5, as mentioned in the last round, is another Pixar anniversary, and this one is Up. Definitely a classic Pixar movie, definitely one that has one of these most heartbreaking intros of all time, but definitely sets the scene for the rest of the movie and explains a lot of what is going on. So let's get started with question number 1. Within 2, what year was Up released in the US? Question number 2. What is the name of the golden retriever in Up? Question number 3. Ellie gave Carl a soda cap that in turn Carl gave to Russell for his assisting the elderly badge. What kind of soda cap is used? Question number 4. Name the bird that Russell and Carl interact with while on their journey. Question number 5. What was the original name of Up? And question number 6. Name the Universal Pictures executive that has a character named after him in Up. All right, I'm going to give you a few seconds worth of music, try to come up with those answers, and then I will return to wrap up today's game. All right, well, let's wrap up today's game and get you some answers here on Up. So question number 1. Within 2, what year was Up released in the US? Well, that would be May 29th, 2009. So in order to get the point there, would have to say between 2007 and 2011. Now, for me, this was a time period in which I thought I was too cool for Disney movies. So I did not see this movie when it came out in theaters, but I have seen it several times since. Question number 2. What is the name of the golden retriever in Up? Well, that is Doug, and he loves you. So just know that Doug loves you. It makes him very happy when he sees you. He also loves squirrels and tennis balls, and he can talk. So, that's always fun as well. Question number 3. Ellie gave Carl a soda cap that in turn Carl gives Russell for his assisting the elderly badge. What kind of soda cap is used? That is a grape soda cap. That is one of the most pins. Like when I see pins and people wearing pins, that's the one that I see the most of. It feels like that isn't a Mickey shape or Disney World shape. A grape pin is definitely the one that I see the most of. Question number 4. Name the bird that Russell and Carl interact with while on their journey. Well, that is Kevin. Now, if you've never been to Animal Kingdom and you've seen everything they have with up there, one of the things you get to see is Kevin walking around. And I've seen Kevin just hanging out by the band that was playing music and just vibing. And it was really cool. She was just having a great time. It was a lot of fun to see as well. Question number 5. What was the original name of Up? Well, that was helium. And again, that makes sense. There was no less than 10 bazillion different balloons, and they all had to be filled with helium. So yes, the original name of this movie was Helium. Last but not least, question number 6. Name the Universal Pictures executive that had a character named after him in Up. Well, that was Charles Mintz. Obviously, they had the name of Charles Muntz, and that is because Charles Mintz was the guy who, when he left Disney, stole Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and took it with him. And that's why they kind of honored him, if you will, in Up by naming the person who ended up, seeming like he was really, really good and maybe wasn't all that good. That's why they honored him with Carl Muntz to be able to kind of play off that a little bit. Now, if he hadn't stolen Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, we wouldn't have Mickey Mouse. So, pros and cons. Plus, we got to have Von Trapp get to play Carl Muntz in Up. And so, it all comes full circle. Anytime you get the dad of the Von Trapp family to play a voice, it's definitely a good movie. And this is example A of that. This is a great movie. Highly recommend. Get your tissues ready for the first 5 minutes of the movie, but after that is just a joy and so much fun. Well, I want to thank you for tuning in this week. I will return next Thursday with more questions and more fun. Make sure you're following us on social media at Mouse in the Mitten on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. If you're watching us over here on YouTube, again, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on that bell for notifications. In the comments down below, let us know what your score is. If you're listening to us wherever you listen to podcasts, make sure that you're following us or downloading us. Make sure where you can give us a 5-star review. Let us know what your score was for this round to be able to continue to boost this podcast as well. And again, planning a Disney vacation, there's a lot of different aspects that go into it. We talked about one of the big ones today. If you're one of those people who are like, I need some help, I need some navigation, can you help me out? Yes, I can. Feel free to email me at mouseinthemitten@gmail.com so we can get you all set, get you all squared away, and make it the most magical vacation that we can. Well, hey, my name's Court. The dog's name is Milo. I appreciate you tuning in this week, and I will see you next time.